Assalamu alaikum and welcome to another episode of QG Diaries, a program on Chronology Television, QG TV. Today marks day 23 of Ramadan 2015 and the subject which we are about to discuss is what is the soul. In Quran, as far as my reading goes, the soul is a very big subject. It is quite vital to understand the nature of the soul in order for us to succeed in the dunya and akhirah, or this world and the next. The soul actually is the one which will relate to God, what exactly, or it will bear witness rather to God about what we have done in this world. If you look at chapter 17 verse 14. So indeed, whatever we input into the soul, if you like, we will get the output in the next life. And the soul is mentioned very, very early on. I mean, we're talking very early in chapter 2 or Al-Baqarah. And that's when Allah mentions about the people who do khada' an-nafs, or the delusion of the soul. They are deluding themselves, as it were. And I think a very key ayah for me is also chapter 59 verse 19, which says, do not essentially be like those who forget Allah, for He will make them forget their own souls. So by forgetting Allah, and this does not mean the name Allah, but rather forgetting the reality of Allah in your life, then He will make you forget your own soul. So in other words, your own nafs or personality would be disintegrated, and it will simply be one of the losers, if you like. That's chapter 59 verse 19. And if you read on, it then talks about, number one, it talks about the Quran in ayah 21. Ayah 22, it gives a very, very detailed description of Allah, the most detailed in any part of Quran actually. So basically we are to infuse the nafs with the various attributes of Allah in order for us to achieve that higher state of the soul. So there are about almost 300 occurrences of the word soul, so obviously I can't go through all of them. But the ones which I think are quite vital are also towards the end of Quran. In fact, the last two occurrences of the soul. The first one is chapter 89 verses 27 to 30. Now this is another very unique occurrence in Quran. In fact, you will never find any other such nida or call in Quran. And it says, Ya ayyatuhan nafsi mutba'inna. So, O soul which is at peace, or the soul which is bringing peace, if you like. Allah is saying to that soul that he is pleased with Allah and Allah is pleased with him. And Allah is calling that soul back to Jannah. And that soul is called Ibadi, which means my servant. In other words, Allah has a very intimate connection with that soul. Then the last or final occurrence of the soul is in Ash-Shams, chapter 91, verses 7 to 10. In this occurrence, Allah says, وَالنَّفْسِ وَمَا سَوَّاهَا, and by the soul, and its equilibrium, how it attains equilibrium essentially. فَأَلْهَمَهَا فُجُورَهَا وَتَقْوَاهَا, and how it's pointed here, ilham is almost like inspiration, if you like. And this word is very unique. Only the soul experiences ilham. فَأَلْهَمَهَا. Fujuraha is disintegration. وَتَقْوَاهَا, or it's integration. In other words, it can either fall apart or you can protect it to the point where it is integrated. قَدْ أَفْلَهَا مَنْ زَكَّاهَا. So whoever succeeds or is prosperous is the one who grows it, who brings zakah to it. So in other words, we must continue to bring development to our soul. And finally, qad khaba man dassaha. Whoever fails is the one who buries it in the dust. So if you completely forget your soul, you bury it in the dust, you don't develop its potential, you are the one who will be at a loss. In fact, it links back to the Judgment Day scenario, if you like. So essentially, those are the few occurrences of the soul. I would highly suggest you look at corpus.quran.com if you like, see all the occurrences, and you'll see quite a system is being displayed there. Many thanks for your viewership. Inshallah, we will see each other again tomorrow.